TenZ.
but they're starting to disperse. He does have the spike on his back.
With a 3-man in.
You won't.
So his teammates can't really leave him out there by himself, and ShahZaM's going to take him down. So actually, the spike
ShahZaM said, "We're trying to end this
well.
game fast."
Quite annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat of a false start here for Nuturn.
Like, I
The
gotta
bomb
take
is
a
in the
shit.
TP, dude.
Peri and lakia. I'm not sure exactly what they can do in this position.
Can't do shit.
They have no choice, right? If they want to get the spike, they have to go through the teleporter, and now it's just Sentinels. They notice this upper hand. They want to press early. They just want to try to hunt him down, and they want to set the pace quite early too to get those immediate 2 kills into Hookah to show that hey, the split we expected it, even though they had less players. It still comes down to the aim battles, right? TenZ opened up quite well.
That was fire.
Peri at this point, he's just going to try to build the ult points.
My shit's behind. There we go.
Does get the headshot into dapr, but that's it. Sentinels, they open up the board in this series.
That was a pretty convincing pistol.
And that means we'll go straight into the anti-eco there.
TenZ already
the defenders of Sentinels having the superior economy
Yeah,
so
on this
good, man. Holy
SMGs, I'd imagine.
Crazy.
But what should we expect here from Nuturn? What do they want to do? Obviously, they did not get the spike planted, so I doubt we'll see a force buy. Never mind.
Ooh.
They are gonna force buy. All right.
Force?
and that's something that's for me unorthodox.
Nuturn doing the
when
fucking
you look at the playstyle of Nuturn, they actually just go for
this is a good way to lose really fast against Sentinels.
Even if they lose a round,
you give them, if you give Sentinels
losing a round, not get a spike plant, and going for a buy, they just want to try to catch up right away. And they only killed 2 players.
They just let them know that they forced as well.
They're holding a default because of that. That allows a lot of map control, orb control as well for Sentinels, and they hold back on a default. And Nuturn seems to be wanting to just execute and go fast into the short A.
Yeah, Suggest already fired his Spectre, so I think that this is known right now from Sentinels. They know that there's a buy coming through here, and they are going to just absolutely crush this one. Nuturn trying to make their way through the short position. Completely
Nuturn should have watched
Sentinels,
the VOD.
And now it's just
when we played
and Frenzy remaining now for Nuturn to
it was
get some
a
kind of
mirror
damage
matchup
in on this round. And really, there's a huge amount of pressure to get damage. They've done no
right
damage
now,
so far.
it's the same as when we played them.
A second comes through from Lakia. That is at least something.
We actually do love those caster curses to give a little bit of hope right now for Nuturn on this force buy that they have.
Man, making me want
to these kills don't really mean much though, because 2 players forced on fucking
from Nuturn, right? As they're trying to dash across, you saw those scars came on the ground.
Those kills don't really mean shit.
It just splits out.
That kill meant more.
Allow by himself inside that A site, and it's just an easy picking from an off angle just by towels, by the double.
Their money's gonna be bad here anyway.
So that boils up the plans. Nuturn couldn't even cross into the site. This should put them on a full eco right now for Nuturn. But at the same time here, Dan, when I'm thinking back as this force buy for Nuturn and lakia and company, is this on the 4th round, they should still be able to go for like the standard full rifle round. So trying to build or trying to chip the economy from Sentinels away on that 2nd round was that goal at the same time. But unfortunately, with only 2 kills with the Sheriff, there's still a lot in the hands.
I guess you're right. Those 3 kills did actually do a lot. Now, if they get like deagle kills here,
and then we can see that fault line towards showers.
Straight into deagle light armor.
Showers control for Nuturn.
Yeah, and it's a change of pace, Dan. They have actually
taking the 5 bounce brother
side instead. So really adding a little bit more utility towards the shower side, leaving showers open, but they're looking to play more passively, right?
Get some 1Ds and get more guns out.
And they can play the retake on A side as well.
Might actually do a lot.
Yeah, this might be a default we see commonly that from them. You know, stun showers, dart long,
Nuturn
creeping on, just sort of hold passively here towards showers. That said, Sentinels are playing very passively because they know that they have such an enormous advantage on the weaponry.
I was wondering if he could see TenZ.
They just should never give peeks to these sheriffs. That's how they lose the round, is by giving a peek up to the sheriff, a headshot. And if that was a headshot, that would be a 5v4 suddenly. You don't want to give those ones up, your Sentinels right now. So they're doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was talking about this with Thing at the same time too. The aim training they have for Nuturn in Korea in general is just try to aim out with
they're showing a bit of respect
until you're actually able to hit maybe 20 of them in hard mode and you're ready to go. And speaking of ready to go, they're selling a fake here towards the A side, but still walking the spike towards B.
Nah, it's gonna be around for.
Might be an opportunity here though.
Dapr being in hookah right now is actually huge.
Hiding in a poor position here with the judge in hookah. It's going to be quite powerful, but oh, hello, there's a freebie for solo. That's ShahZaM down.
I got a gun, guys.
Indeed.
I got a gun.
Oh wait,
good range for the judge, and suddenly it's getting a little hairy here. 2 players in this post-plant
Yeah,
scenario,
he
and
got
Spike's
out.
going to go down just in the nick of time because he's almost knows his
It's
lineup's
good
there.
damage.
And
Like one more, like
Sentinels will try
Yeah.
to
Get, like, one more
assault this
kill.
B site to get control once again.
Oh.
Solo able to get one. There comes the flash.
Oh.
He's in such
Oh my
a good
God.
position here. Solo converts
Oh.
another. Comes through to finish it
Wow, that was
off.
sick. Oh, that was so
Nuturn,
sick.
what a conversion. I don't think Sentinels had any idea.
Wait.
Would you expect a solo lurk? No pun intended, actually, at that point. Solo
holy
went by
fuck.
himself up towards
Solo
small
just won
B,
the team of the game
Holy
there.
all the way
That
to
was
spawn side.
that was
and
actually
said,
a
we know the
finesse.
Viper wall's there. We know that there's potentially a judge being played.
Really good
from
play by
Dapr
this
from
guy,
that
dude.
previous round.
Yeah.
Let's just play the long-range battle.
He just
and
tucks
for
the
him
whole
to
time,
catch
doesn't
that kill
overextend.
and take the Spectre after to allow the rest
That
of Nuturn
motherfucker's lying.
to work towards that towards that B site, was huge. Dapr mid-range with a judge.
Right.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He loses it towards Hookah, and that was a much-needed eco for Nuturn. Because look at this, the tides have turned. They have the economy advantage for Nuturn's
Okay.
side, and Sentinels. It's now
Competitive.
Sentinels' turn to be on an eco. But that said, TenZ does have a Marshal. He's playing towards his B side, where Nuturn's looking to hit towards A once again. So you're just again trying to hold the
I mean, you
economy
just
back,
don't
or should I say
expect
the
the
utility
breach
back
lurk,
on the
you
defender
know?
side and
Like-
try to have the rotate numbers.
You
You
for
don't
the
expect
Sentinels.
that. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like
I
if
think
I died
Nuturn
there, I'd be like,
are
why
trying
is
to
there breach
indeed
lurking?
Get rid of as much util as they
What
can.
Yeah.
the fuck is this
From
shit? Like you
Sentinels'
expect them to
defense.
be with
Sentinels,
the gang, man.
They do, of course,
Like
really
the
want to
Rays
lean
and
as
the
many players
Jet
towards
to,
A
like,
as
help them in.
possible.
Oh, that way, man.
That was a nice
That's
play.
where they've seen the pressure, but they have no information on B. So for Nuturn to play a slow pace like this really does call many things.
Already
The
second.
information
See,
to know
this is what I
what's
don't
going
like
on.
Yeah.
when you're playing
And
against worse guns. I
might
don't
have
like
worked a bit,
taking
is
this
walking
long
back
a
and forth.
time because then you're forced to run in
So
and
ShahZaM,
clear
his
like
recon
stuff
dart came
like
up.
too
He
late.
shot it towards long B, and TenZ is still watching
makes
Hookah
That's when
long
like
B
these
with
shitty
the
guns,
Marshal. So
yeah,
they had
that's
the
when
right
these shitty
numbers
guns
advantage,
like reigns.
and now they're guessing that it's going back towards B, and this is a perfect call.
Next done.
A great fall line coming through the epicenter there as well. TenZ trying to. Oh, he actually hit him. I think he leg
Damn.
shotted him there. Lakia and Allow both getting the entries, however. And beautiful stuff. I'm just enjoying
Nuturn tying it up.
very much the use of breach from Nuturn. I think is one of the most enjoyable things for me watching
Use damn head off.
them play. So when they bring out the breach. And
Yeah,
it's
he's
just a case of
been-
holding against these remaining weapons. It should be child's play.
Yeah.
There we go. Sick, trying to do some damage there around spawn. And he'll get taken down for the Prime Gaming.
Clean round,
Flawless.
bro. Not a single gun
And
drop.
you're right, Dan. Just the amount of fault lines, and that's something that we actually got to witness in North America ourselves. Once we had Zeta that actually came into North America and was playing that breach, right? And he even played at some point with 180 ping and was still able to get aces across the board in North America. So now that we have a finer taste of how good he is in terms
We
of the
could just ban
utility
this guy. He's
with the
been
breach
timed
on
out 3
maps
different
such as Split,
occasions.
for
Fuck
example,
him.
as well with Cloud9 currently, it now shows how good
Looking for
Nuturn
attention in my
overall
chat. Fuck
are in
off.
terms of this
You have a
flash
little
and dash
gremlin?
composition that
Yeah,
they came
little
out
gremlin.
with, and that it's still
you
very much
saying?
viable in the
EU?
scene right
Dumb
now
shit.
on the Masters 2 stage. So
EU better
keep an
than
eye out
an
here
A.
for Solo, the way that he
Nah,
wants to
not
open
that.
things up here for
Oh, just some
Allow
cringe
and
stuff.
also
Dude, type
for
in
Suggest
chat,
to
I
get
wanna
into
be
the sites, right?
racist
Because
so
it's
bad.
not only about the
Like,
fault
what?
line. The fault line
fuck?
dazing TenZ
Okay.
allows Suggest to just satchel charge into the site and
Who even
open it up
fucking
as well
says
to
that?
find that information. So
That's
it's
somebody
very
that
well
wasn't
done.
hugged as
They're
a
gonna
child.
continue to activate him that way.
Yeah, huge pressure coming in on towards the A short position again here for Nuturn. They're playing very slow, trying to see if Sentinels are going to do something at the early timings of the round. And normally we would see Showers control for Nuturn,
Yeah.
but they've actually opted not to go for that. And Sentinels are actually pushing Showers and they see nothing. So this is actually going to convince
Damn,
them
bro.
possibly that, hang on, there's nothing going on towards A. They haven't seen
Yeah.
anything here for a while. They've got Showers control. Why would Nuturn still be here?
And they still have to default right now for
Yo,
Sentinels,
this
'cause
team
again,
plays
another
so
recon dart
cringe.
meanwhile went towards B,
So
but here's
slow.
the explosion towards the ace.
Yeah,
ace
yeah.
site.
Well, then they
Oh,
explode.
that's
Oh,
a
good
beautiful
flash.
flash there coming in
Holy.
to allow Suggest to get the kill on zombs.
Man. I mean, he has
Fantastic
like zombs can't do
coordination
anything.
and team
there.
play
Yeah.
coming through here, indeed, for Nuturn.
Just big
Two
flash.
players on Shower's side for Sentinels, though, and you can... Oh, what a call from Nuturn. There is 10 still to worry about on the site. They can deal with 10s.
don't have
They're in a
bomb.
great position. There comes the spray through.
don't have
That's
bomb.
good to deal with 10s.
They do not have
The
bomb.
recon
Dude,
dart
the
sent
fucking
forward as well,
bomb.
trying to take
Look
control
at
of
the
the B site.
telly.
There's problems all across the
Okay,
board.
this round was
Indeed,
gifted.
Spike is on the ground by the
Wow,
TP,
man.
and it's being sat on right now. Nuturn have no way to recover it. Lakia's going
Jesus
to go down, and
Christ.
It was a great idea to
Maybe
readjust,
Nuturn shouldn't
knowing
have
that
picked
there's
this
2
map.
players still Shower's side, but did not work out in the end for
The
Nuturn.
teleporter's been the biggest enemy.
You were talking about that recon dart that was thrown out by ShahZaM.
Oh, wait, how did that even happen?
Side. I don't even think it
Somebody
saw
died
that player
in
from
TP?
Nuturn at long B. So for Nuturn, they were still
Yeah,
playing a
well,
slow
he died as
defaulty
he was
kind of
walking
pace,
in to
trying
like
to fake, not only get a fake, but a
walking
kill on
into A
top of
side.
that, and force the hand through
Gotcha.
teleporter to eventually end up inside B. But the fact that,
Dude, that
unfortunately
sucks.
for Nuturn, it's a similar story than that pistol round.
I just-
They
I
dropped
feel like
the
if you get
spike,
the entry
unfortunately,
there,
into
and
teleporter,
you
just
have
very
that
hard to
U-Haul
recuperate
control,
in the end. And they just
just go for
they
it,
fall
man.
short just
You
because
have
of
it.
that.
Oh, is this
You have
Sen's
But at
pick?
least they still have a lot of economy, and we're going
No,
back
no,
to this
no, no.
default
Sentinels
kind of
pick
was
game
nice.
finally for Nuturn,
Okay.
Yeah,
where it's a
Sentinels
standard
pick
boom
Haven.
bot clear out towards hookah, trying to see somebody's playing close inside the area. You see that they're also setting up for a flash and also a fault line to allow ShahZaM to get into hookah at the same time to gain early
fucked
map
his nade
control.
up.
But then after that, the spike's
I'm
still down.
surprised we don't see more
They're still
Sky
trying
on
to
this
see if
map.
Sentinels are going to try to play that hand where sometimes they want to push
I
forward.
personally
but
like
Sentinels
the
are
Sky
not.
more than
They
the
still
breach on
have
this
that
map.
3
Like in
players
this
on
slot.
that A site, 2 towards B.
Like if you
and
just replace the
utility from
breach with the
Astra
Sky
is
and
gonna
ran
be
the
good
same
enough to try to
comp,
hold
maybe
them
an
back.
Astra as well instead of Omen, pretty fucking
There's a
good.
lot of really great small details there.
That
from
beta
Nuturn.
fucking, or
that
like,
I'm
I guess
enjoying,
a
but it
little
looks
bit
like we're
past
actually going to
beta.
get the execute into this.
First
A
hero
site.
release meta.
Rolling Thunder is sent
Yup.
through, allowed to try to gain U-Haul control. Sentinels holding their ground so far. ShahZaM trying to stop that with the showstopper.
Oh, no
way,
Straight
he got
out zombs,
Oh,
but it's
mama.
all on lakia now against multiple players. It's not
Alright,
going to happen.
Sentinels, eat up.
Sentinels defend
Choo-choo!
4-2
Eat up,
now to
eat
score in
up.
favor of
All
Sentinels
aboard!
with that defense. Man,
Two.
there are so many small things though that Nuturn are doing well, but
Yeah.
it's tough, man.
It's though, you know, they're using that utility to try to force out maybe some players in the beginning by the amount of stuff that was thrown from ShahZaM inside hookah. But the default back, try to take control closer
Okay,
to
TenZ.
showers. It was a nice
Okay.
paranoia, a self-play
TenZ is
from
nice.
Peri to try to come out
TenZ
and
is
win
nice this
showers, but
tournament, man. He's
somehow
feeling it.
ShahZaM, sorry, not ShahZaM, but TenZ is towards that shower side. So ShahZaM is playing towards B, ShahZaM's playing TenZ is playing towards B, TenZ is
Honestly,
playing
TenZ
towards A.
did not
He
disappoint.
catches them all the time. He's that first blood coming
Yeah,
in for the
not
team
at all.
right now. So
A lot of
very
people
well
were
read
like
at the same time for
talking
Sentinels.
about
It's
like
some
how
nice
he was
stuff
a
from
choker
Nuturn,
in CS
but it's
online or
always
something.
one
I'm
step
like, bro,
ahead
it's a
for
completely
ShahZaM
different
and
game.
company.
We have that Viper's pit dropped on short A right now, and Nuturn
I think he's
aren't
definitely
messing
had a
with it
lot to
whatsoever,
prove
just
coming out
fully
here,
committing
so.
towards this B site so
Yeah.
far.
I'm happy that he's doing well.
The Astra utility is ready and waiting to defend this B site. Question is, will Nuturn go back?
But he's
They
about to
certainly
laser beam
can,
somebody right now.
and they certainly have the utility to deal with dapr in that Viper's pit.
Correct. Lakia
Oh.
still has his Owl drone if they decide to fall back. So if they could waste out the
my-
utility out here. So
you
it
don't
starts
mind,
with
though.
shock darts just to add presence. That paranoia is going to be huge. But it still seems that they might want to commit at the beginning here.
Oh,
No.
great catch from ShahZaM, taking down Allow as he dashes forward. Nuturn trying to take this B site now, trying to commit forwards, but zombs is now the person to deal with here. On the Astra, fantastic stuff
Pick
there
up the
from
guns.
zombs.
Oh.
Gets 2
Wow.
kills out of it. But through the
Yeah.
TP they'll go right now. Already suggests that. Solo's still hanging out by
shit.
market. Is going to find himself one sick, using the satchel
he's
to
gonna be
try to
here.
get backed away
Oh,
quickly.
he fucked up.
Knows that it's effectively a race to this site. Still
He's
has the
staying
paint
here.
shells.
Oh, wow.
Still has the satchel. Can Sick find the first
No
play? Yes, he
shot.
can. There goes Lakia. A right click on the paint.
No
shell. Sick
shot.
nails the clutch.
Damn,
1v2, no
son.
problem at all.
This
Did
man
not
chooses
expect
to
him
And
that
play
there's
good.
the DPs as well.
boxes?
Sentinels now 5-2.
That's just very nicely played for Sick at the same time as well. You did say here, Dan, that he had the paint shells, but he didn't want to use it right away.
with the
He knew that
clutchy.
with about 15 seconds left, they might want to commit towards the A site or even go for a straight TP into B, which they still had time to do for Nuturn. But to just let them plant, to push aggressively, and just to try to catch the first
Nice
one off
shot,
guard,
man.
knowing that it's going to be a 1 versus 1 no matter what here on this first contact, lobbing that underhand paint shells, forcing Solo out in an area where he has to play back
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of moving forward because of the radius of the paint shells, was just
NA.
superbly nicely played by Sick to be able to clutch
Sentinels.
that 2 versus 1. A Red Bull
Looking to
clutch
take it
on
all
top.
just
the
win,
way,
bro.
baby.
They
This
just
round
win.
Nuturn, it's going to be a force buy coming in, or maybe a half buy, but it's going to be the plate storm.
good pick,
So we
good
talked
pick.
about how they
Big
didn't have
damage.
that much
Yeah.
showers control. It's changed this time for Nuturn. They see that there hasn't been a lot going around here
he's
towards the
reclearing
shower
it,
side.
though.
They could maybe commit to it finally, and they open it up with the first kill.
Yeah,
Damn,
Sentinels
aggro
will
as
hold on to
hell.
the showers controller with Sick.
All a shower.
He actually has the showstopper available as well if he wants to use that, but it is an eco, so might want to try and see if he can hold on to it. But with the fact that they are down a player, it does start to feel
Like
quite
they get the
scary.
pick and they just like
Ooh, the timing of that one, Sick comes off the angle.
timing,
just at the
though.
wrong moment
throw the gun away.
and is forced away.
And that's
Nuturn
already
cutting noise.
Oh, the hard read.
Exactly. They're cutting noise, but they're still trying to, again, try to get a pick towards this B side. They could sell a fake in a rotation, but they're still going to work out towards this showers. And that pick was huge. Look how back now Sick is playing. He's playing all the way towards spawn, so he can try to rotate faster, and the timing just off that. They might be able to take this A site now for Nuturn.
Picked up the gun there towards showers as well. Sick.
Oh,
takes them both down.
That last bullet that's left that spray went right to his chest.
Walks into the spray, unfortunately for
Pluto
Nuturn.
box.
Still a 3, well, make that a 3v2 now in favor of Sentinels. 20 seconds to go. They've got to collect the spike. You can see Suggest on his way to do so. Has to ferry that across now to the site to plant.
He's gonna rocket. He's gonna rocket on the bomb plant.
He's gonna satchel through. Oh, he's actually insane. There's the showstopper as well to just seal the deal. Is there time? There's no bodies left alive to carry that spike forward. It's going to be another round.
Nuturn had a window there, but they waited too long.
Fundamental there on that hold on that previous round. Just again, it was a close shot that he missed from shower side towards the spawn side at the same time at the attacker spawn. But this one right here, just the spacing was a little bit off this time for a Nuturn. They were looking for that fight for Sick. He's using that cover perfectly in front of the APC to even still get a wall bang on top of that. You mentioned that showstopper at the beginning of the round that he used. It was a perfect time for him to hold it back into the final seconds to make sure that he gets his kill here. And it's not too bad, right? It's a 4 versus 2. I don't believe that it's wasted because now you're in round number 9.
You know what's sad? These Sentinels so good that even their games are kind of boring to watch.
This A side, and also from time to time where he fights towards the showers. Look at the minimap.
And they just take leads like this.
They're putting some control from the
it's cool at the start, and then like once it's 10-2, it's like, okay, dude.
From 6 side.
Come on.
So Sentinels are playing this.
Let him breathe a little bit.
I know they're trying to force these rotations.
The thing is, they always start strong, and then they let the other team get back into it, and that's when it gets like interesting.
And one quick note as
against Fnatic, they would be up like they'd be up like 9-3 or something, and then like all of a sudden out of nowhere it's like 10-9.
Vandal versus Phantom
like,
debate.
Hello?
Definitely seems to be that the Vandal's a little bit more popular in Korea than the Phantom, which is definitely, that's in North America, it's Phantom or bust, I feel like.
Oh, Fami, it depends on the maps. I think for me, I'm both. On a map like Bind, I do love playing the Vandal at the same time, especially on defense. I like playing the headshot from the back of the site to battle out towards hookah area. But then again, this is only diamond play, right? So it's easier picks.
Vandal's
at the same
good
time,
too,
at pro
but
level,
if you whiff on the Vandal, like there's no recovery. If you whiff on the Phantom, you can like still spray somebody down.
The Vandal's been looking pretty crispy, so I do see why Suggest and Lakia are kind of using it, right? You see how clutch they've been in the past games. Suggest continues the high percentage of the headshots the way he's playing. Lakia with the clutches that he's had versus version 1, it's been pretty good for them. So I'm not against
I only play the Vandal if I know that I'm going to be playing some long-ass lane angle.
With now the pause coming back, you see a lot of bodies from Nuturn.
I think Bind is more of a Phantom map for me, though.
The hookah control once again.
Only like crazy long angle is like B-long, and then like hookah from CT.
With that, snake bite.
Yeah, and the pressure on the hookah
is fucking hard shot
strong for Nuturn this time, actually showing
the problem is that like the Phantom's good in every position. Like even in that like long range angle, it's still gonna be good.
They have also
we still hit the Vandal 140 and then straight through the bottom section and he's dead.
Respond by pushing short.
But the Vandal, like, there's certain situations where like you're like, fuck man, I wish I had a
Nothing doing though
here.
for Sentinels around that spot. So Peri's going to rejoin the rest of his teammates, which definitely suggests to us this is going to be a committed play here onto this B site. The Sentinels looking ready for it.
Yeah, you have dapr once again. He could slow things down with everything. His whole kit still has a snake bite to run that clock down. It's going to be a last-second hold, but it's off solo that they try to execute into B again for Nuturn.
dapr somehow avoiding absolutely everybody on the site, only to turn around and annihilate 3 players. dapr might get the 4th here. Lakia's going to take down both actually on the site. 30 seconds to go, grabs the spike. He's out of there, straight through the TP towards that A side to go for a clutch, a 1v2.
I don't think they can
There's
hear
going to be
TP.
time to do this, and given the cosmic divide, that's actually prevented the sound cues.
Oh boy.
Lakia, he may be able to find a 1v1 here. Zombs is close.
Lakia
turns the corner, but Zombs knows he's got a great timing on that one.
Later.
Bango does it.
Good setup from
down.
Sentinels.
Another round in the bag for
dapr went
Sentinels.
crazy. No.
And they were ready, man. You mentioned it. Not only for dapr inside that site, but the fact that they also had two more players, one at elbow, one in the back of the site too, just to trade off if needed. But you don't need to trade out if dapr is going to go ham like that. And not only that, yes, they did execute quite well for Nuturn, I like to say.
Oh my
Solo
God,
going with the fault line to allow them to bring the Hunter's Fury. It did get a tag actually onto one of the members of Sentinels inside that site. But when dapr pulls up the utility, Toxic Screen and a Viper Cloud, you're already coming in with Decay on top of that, so you're melting down, getting into the site. So anchoring a Viper currently for Sentinels towards this B site, when we usually commend how Viper plays on A side showers, it's been quite strong for Sentinels so far. And they don't want to change things out. It's going to be very similar setups every time for Sentinels because it's working. You want to play your own play style, you don't need to adapt too much for Sentinels. So now you're playing your own game and you're still winning these rounds. Why try to fix things, right?
Oh, those that's so dope.
Execution on this A site.
They have so much space.
Fury in response suggests that with that showstopper able to take down one. That's U-Haul control in the bag. And finishing another one off with the classic. This is a great look so far from Nuturn. They've got full control of the site. It's a desperate push from dapr through the dark cover. And with that, now it's a 2 versus 4 retake here for Sentinels. It's not looking fantastic for them.
They don't change the pace entirely.
Yeah, they strung those ults together so well. They knew nobody would be playing that right side.
That drone's going to tag him, and he's going to be forced back. This is a very bad look.
There are 2 people that can do it.
For ShahZaM and TenZ as they make their way forward.
There are 2 people
not overstepping, not overplaying their positions. Nice headshot angle there from Solo. Catches ShahZaM as he drops down. And now TenZ will try to farm with the rain.
Damn, son.
Is he awoken?
Won't be able to defuse the spike at this point, but maybe he can make it hurt on the way down.
Oh, it's looking like...
Oh, they're going to lose their guns, though. Oh, no. Never mind.
One gun. Just 2 extra kills, ultimately. But that's pretty decent.
I agree, because at the same time you saw, yes, it was a
really
4
nice
versus 2, technically unwinnable
like
here for Sentinels, although
Rocket
we know the players that we have on paper for this roster,
U-Haul, the
you're
ult
just trying to make
area.
things expensive this time for Nuturn, because you know they've been on these force buys, you know they've been on the half buys too, that they're just trying to string as many rounds as they can on the attack. And on the side of Sentinels, look at the history. They've won 5 rounds in a row. The economy's still very good, so you're just trying to make things and chip down the economy down on Nuturn's side. Look at that. They won the round, and they still come out with 3 Spectres only. But they are fighting strong for Nuturn inside the showers, and it's been denied by the gravity well, and Pain Shells to come out from Sig just to push them further back.
Damn, that was free.
Yeah,
that was
great
a free
movement
kill.
there from Sentinels to deny that. Nuturn, I think, you know, they're in a position now where they need some control of something. They don't have hookah control, they don't have the long, they don't have showers. They really need something to come back into their control here. And it looks like Sentinels are never giving up showers. It's going to require a pretty big investment for Nuturn to take this away. Nuturn aren't just holding though, they're just waiting it out so far.
Yeah. They still have the Pain Shells coming out. They're waiting for the recon to come out for Lakia at the same time.
I love this angle.
Looks like it's just being used inside showers just so they can push allow up here. So they have regained control a bit off not much utility after the initial fights towards showers. So this is actually pretty good for them to try to creep up.
Bro, so just monitor. He's about to
looking to be another
go
slow
into that
default
bitch.
for Nuturn. Try to force out a rotation with this dark cover inside the B side. Dapper's already making his way there after the snake bite. But after a 3-player stack still towards A side, it's going to be very difficult. And we see something very similar for Nuturn again. A fault line, and Alau's probably going to try to come in after a flash.
Done.
Yeah, great off angle here from TenZ as well. He's going to catch Alau. Perfect timing from TenZ as he reads the situation beautifully well. And he's looking to get more here, but
I'm just trying to play card right there for a second.
Sick. Still doing damage from U-Haul up to Solo.
Oh
and
my
he's
God,
just too slow for that one.
Wow.
Dapr swings around the side with the
Crazy.
to close things out in this round.
He's feeling it, man. Like in the beginning of the tournament, like he wasn't really doing too hot, but now he's back. Like he's back on a snappy aim. That looked nice.
Very well played there with that stack. And my apologies, when I was talking about the 3 Spectres, I had my teams messed up actually. So it was actually a
Nuturn get a 3rd round
at that point too, and putting those numbers in for Sentinels did work quite well on the back of how Sig has been playing towards this hallway. So with that, the run and gun, very strong for that Spectre close range here.
The Spectre's too strong.
dapr's language is spraying at someone's body after
I'd like
they
to see
die.
a little bit more right now from Nuturn of just like maybe exploding into these sites, playing these defaults. Have been working a little bit here just to at least get the spike down, but they're losing a lot of bodies right now at the same time when they're trying to force these rotations out. I think, again, leveraging how Solo plays with his utility to enable maybe a double duelist to get into the sites, they could come out with something on top later on.
On the Viper's Pit on A short again from dapr. Previously, when dapr
really
did
aggro
this,
angles, I love it.
Nuturn just went for
cool.
a
He
full
threw
B
that
play,
from A
just a
side.
split B, and it was just
That's
pretty straightforward. I wonder if we'll see something
Through the
different here, because you do have
landed
showers
perfectly
control here for
in front of,
Nuturn. Will they just
Well, that
try to
poison
go
orb?
around dapr, or will they try to go through him? There are two players
pretty
still
dope.
around B, which
Right?
may
Yeah.
try to sell something.
Kind of cool.
Peri's there as well.
Doesn't matter because there's already a guy in it. But
Nuturn, there's the Hunter's Fury. It's going to track zombs. Is he going to finish this one off? Absolutely.
Wow.
Zombs is down. Lakia.
Big pick.
What damage from him. 2 quick kills opening this one up. And now Allows made his way in from showers. It's just evolved into pure chaos here in this round. dapr could be the man to maybe bring some sense of this one. Able to take down Solo, but the trace through.
Spike down A.
And now TenZ is
maybe
alive,
he thought that he like started walking through
very
CT.
odd round, I have to say, but it works out nicely for Nuturn.
Yeah. We were talking about a default force rotate.
So
I think off that
this
off
Lakia
that
guy, like you saw how he was looking into the ground and then aiming up, so you don't get the notification that it's gonna hit you.
He's hiding
It's actually the most nerdy shit ever, bro. Yeah,
it was probably it was definitely off camera, but probably was a flick shot coming in from Lakia. That was actually just a call for Nuturn, just to try to get into this A site. It all came down to dapr at the same time, but to be able to have good
that boy got that DPI changer.
Allow and from Solo to trade that off
that 9,000 DPI
and secure the round on a low buy. It's at least something that's positive to end the half for Nuturn.
Yeah, this is a great result, man.
Oh
Such
no,
a good defense there from Lakia.
Not like that, brother.
Catch the punish attempt.
Well, I mean, now Nuturn's got to go up against Sentinels' attack, though.
It's definitely workable, and again, something that's been so fun in the past to watch from.
Also,
Nuturn
this isn't even Sentinels' map. Like, this is just like they play it
this
like
region is what they're able to do with the breach on the defense. You know, flashing the jet in. There's a lot of really cool stuff.
So 8-round defense for them, they're probably like, that's solid.
Especially when it's 2 players out there, right? It's not only going to be Allow, there's potentially coming it down with Suggest at the same time, but zombs is waiting for it. So they didn't go for a flash. They played for a contact. They're playing for a lot of bodies. Super passive play for Sentinels, and they know that the A site's weak now. dapr is already inside the A site.
They're not sure if U-Haul's under control, though. They will slowly try to clear things, but Nuturn actually still towards Fountain here on B, so they still have a ways to go.
This 3-man flank.
Oh, they're gonna
this might go down to the last second here, Bansily.
Yeah, but it's just going to be so many bodies watching that fight. They might be able to catch zombs. Okay, he was able to come out of master form just on time. So a perfect crossfire setup towards short A here, Den.
Uh-oh, it's looking very dangerous here for ShahZaM. Sending out the shock darts, the snakebite will delay things somewhat. The fault line and the paint shells absolutely owned. There's nothing he can do about that. TenZ and dapr left standing, doing the damage here. They don't know about TenZ.
Oh my god!
He'll off of that kill and finish the
job. TenZ and dapr, the glue.
Closing it down.
The fucking glue.
There, but Sentinels right now are the team that just seem to be closing time and
Golly.
again.
Yes, it's just
big.
difficult.
Dude,
All
Roman
has
one
numbers advantage. At least a lot of bodies to set up for these trades, but when you're playing with less information of what's happening,
the North American Express is up and running, baby.
For these peaks, and sometimes you're guessing a 50 or guessing
Omen is 1 in 10, bro. Put me in real quick.
Had a perfect crossfire setup on the first get-go, but still having TenZ as the third player anchoring.
You don't even need it. I'm gonna say one way here, one way there. That's it.
That's it.
And I'm gonna win us the game.
That round.
Let me see. Where's my man even putting his smoke? Playing towards shower. First mistake.
Inside that shower is gravity well in the recon dart.
That's a rookie mistake.
Players of Nuturn should just stick down towards shower, so they're not playing with too much information to push it down towards Sands.
Hikaru, thank you for the raid.
Actually, sorry, it's
appreciate it, brother.
Back.
Welcome on in, Hikaru works.
Right after
Test gods. Come on down.
Initial push comes through though. dapr's waiting for it. Beautiful angle on this one. Oh, actually gets spotted, and they might be able to finish him off here, and that would be a great result.
You got to get some one-ways flowing against Sentinels for sure. Oh fuck! It looked like TenZ was spinning in circles right there.
Yeah, he's doing his aim lab.
Said and done. 10-4 now. Sentinels with quite a nice lead.
A little one-way short, a little one-way long. We fight for some long control.
And so this is where the
I got a full game plan. I got a full 10-man,
it needs to get started.
10-step strategy plan for this Omen.
So twice that Nuturn tried to go with the contact play with the pistols. First time on long B, second time just to try to see if they could run
Twitter.
For a double peek down towards
you're looking for an Omen.
Super
after the series.
Sentinels after the initial utility that was thrown towards Shower's side.
Alright, let's see. Where does he smoke in here?
Towards trying to get information elsewhere.
This is a gun round.
By TenZ with
nah,
early jump peek coming out from Lakia.
Not
just
this
to see
smoke.
If there's going to be any presence there. They hear the boombot coming out from Sick, though.
Yeah, it just renders that.
Him
just walking through.
To gain the early map control on this.
Now you put the one way. Oh, this is all wrong.
Yeah, dapr pretty deep. He's gonna actually just dip completely through the TP. He'll go.
I don't know what to do with this fucking wall that dapr is putting up. Playing on top of truck, one-waying box. That's the strat right now.
The B sides, solo baiting for allow there. Scary position to be in, but
yeah, you're right. Actually, right.
Nice flash coming through from solo. Lakia spots the second one.
You hear that, chat? Pro player.
Big pick up though. Allow will finally go down in hookah, and the push comes through to completion on this B site.
Oh, it's done,
especially with Lakia going down. And again, it looks good at the offset for.
Been a good one.
For Nuturn, but quickly turns around.
Oh man.
I just love it for Sentinels here, Dan. They don't want to give Nuturn any type of pacing early at the beginning of the round. It was perfect to start things off with the flash to allow Lakia to get that kill, but as soon as they lose a player for Sentinels at long B, they double swing into hookah to overpower allow and just open up the B side after that. So you're losing a player towards long B for the defense. Solo's by himself here towards the B side as well, and Sentinels just plays their numbers advantage. And unfortunately here for Suggest, it is going to be a save for him, and Sentinels will be moving up to an 11th round.
Because it wouldn't be fair, dude.
It looked good at the beginning.
I wouldn't want to steal the hearts of all the North American fans. That's why.
Execute into the site, and you still have to be careful for dapr though. The way
Think
that he's
about
continuing to lurk like that, they're controlling the pace quite
well.
Even
if I lost every game, people would love me.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfair.
And it was an interesting approach too, seeing that they sort of split the defense across hookah and long, and really relying on the breach utility to allow a good defensive option. But yeah, just look at how Sentinels just come through so methodical on their push. When they decide to go in, they are looking
I want to let the youngsters shine like TenZ. So everybody get the bread up.
Just going to continue to condition now some early presence from Sick from this sand side into hookah. A little bit of a change though for Nuturn.
There we go. There's the one way, baby.
The hookah area.
He didn't place it correctly though. He placed it in the center of the box. Could have lined it up better to have a better one way for the person that's playing top truck. But I won't be that.
Here for Nuturn, they don't get that much.
I won't be that guy.
Information out of that.
Good cycle. There it is.
It worked.
Sick just holding position there.
It worked.
Meanwhile,
oh, you're right. That one way, yeah. That one way
managed to win the battle.
It's too close to the wall.
Yeah, you can actually like that guy that swings out short. Like he can actually kill that guy on truck.
And
you give much more value.
Sentinels now down to 4 players.
He's a pro. You are a better immortal. I am.
Sick is making his.
Listen, I know. Listen. There's one thing that I will stand by, and that's my Omen smokes. If a pro player wants to know how to fucking Omen smoke, they call me, dude.
Contact his way through.
They don't call Flex Ninja double TPing into the back. They don't call anybody. They call me.
Forward position.
Do you guys think I haven't coached pro players on this route and their Omen smokes?
He's actually getting into spawn. He's going into spawn. He's going all the way. Solo though.
He did him with a classic.
From up high in hookah, able to deal with zombs at least. It's very odd. 6 still in spawn. They have no idea. Peri. Well, now they know. And there goes Lakia. Is he actually going to be able to get the stick here? 6 coming. He's going to have to do his best to get there in time. I don't know if he can make it though. Lakia has almost diffused it entirely, and there it is. There's nothing that Sick can do. What a strange round. Players in all kinds of weird positions.
What the fuck his aim is on
Value.
right now, bro.
It seems as though Sick was doing pretty much what Solo was doing on that first half, right? Just creeping up towards that long side, and you see that Solo the same way that dapr kind of played inside that hookah. They kind of just wanted to leave it behind and play the retake later on. Using that judge as they did. Both players having that judge inside that hookah in that round. They just wanted to make sure somebody's going to split towards the sand side.
My man's just killed this guy, not looking at his like crosshair.
Able to get the backstab onto Sentinels with the classic kill.
The camera's delayed.
Yes, they got the ground way, but they actually tried to check
delayed.
back inside hookah, knowing that somebody should be playing there eventually. But
he's not good, bro.
Yeah, it's an
He's like
early long B control,
holding the angle with his like right eye
at the same time as Lakia gets pulled into gravity well. But look at this aggressive push out hookah here, Dan.
Yeah, there it goes, the showstopper. That's going to deal with Solo. And in comes Lakia to try to do something here, but the timing is really bad for Nuturn on this one. Sentinels picked the perfect moment. Very well played.
Brutal.
Spike planted.
Peri in the back halls there would suggest not a lot to be done at the moment, especially with the smokes down. But
game number 2, please.
Yeah, that gravity well, it completely blew up the Nuturn's aggression.
Does Fnatic versus Nuturn if Nuturn loses this?
Because of that, they were then just caught in a really awkward timing.
No.
So especially Astra gravity wells, man, there's something to deal with.
They've definitely been quite strong because
Fnatic
at the same time,
versus Fnatic.
Liquid have to play, right?
showing a body down towards that long
Fnatic
you think
Liquid,
there's
and
be a
then
little bit
whoever
more
wins
presence
that
there, so you're still fighting for Nuturn against Sentinels down long B, but Hookah was left out open. So they have Sick coming
so
with
who
the
else does Sen have the verse, or they just go to finals, winner finals?
They're in the finals. This is the final bracket finals.
Then it's just an easier kill coming in through.
Nice.
With what, 3 players I think that came out towards that Hookah
Yeah,
side?
dude.
Definitely hard to hold there for Nuturn on the defense.
Ah,
Unfortunately,
damn.
this now puts Sentinel at match point in the series.
Yep, they're in a great position here to clinch the first map.
That's gonna be sick though. Like
Take it away from Nuturn in this best of 3 series.
Yeah.
Sick.
Having to send one home.
Yep.
Dun, dun,
We get a tactical
dun, dun.
timeout coming from a Nuturn. Definitely
come on.
wise. If you have it,
What are you gonna
you're in
talk
a
about?
difficult spot. Definitely a good chance or a good time to use it, I should say.
Just let Sentinels get
The
that
question
heat.
is really,
Don't
what
slow
would they
them
want to
down.
change? Because these gravity wells are really difficult in terms of because Nuturn wants to get aggressive right at the get-go, but the gravity wells just blow it up really.
If you got nice one-ways, but you need to find a one-way into some pussy. Okay, dude, we get it. You heard that joke when that first time the one dude said it in chat, and you've held on to it for this moment.
You're being pulled in by the gravity well, you can't really get out and get that early surprise attack. So I think you're gonna have to force the hand and play a little bit more
don't
passive
fucking
at
laugh
this
at
point, but
that.
if you're
Come
playing
on,
more
dude.
Passively, Sentinels has done a great job just to be on the set executes to just overtake the site. The retakes have been working as well either. And I think this is what the second tactical timeout that Nuturn's used, right? So they don't have any more left for the map. So you don't only need to focus into this round.
Gotta find a one-way into 4K
You
subs.
have to focus into this round because this round you lose the map. But you have to also think 2 or 3 rounds ahead.
Yes, sir.
How can you
4K.
now start anti-stratting, understanding
We're
how
at
Sentinels
4024
plays.
now.
And
Hey, chat, gas us up to a moderate 5K subs real quick, maybe?
That's being shown by Sentinels. They didn't need to show that much on
Some
their attack
prime
side either.
subs.
So maybe try to eliminate dapr. They've done a good job so far playing that short A side and eliminate dapr's lurk.
Moderate.
But right after that is how to readjust after for Nuturn again. You might have
respectful.
the numbers advantage to play that retake after finally.
One thing that's Nuturn have to their advantage here is also the Rolling Thunder and the Hunter's Fury. Both available, and there's no ults available for Sentinels. So that could be one of the ways in which they get back here. It's just about figuring out a way to get into a setup where you can use both of those effectively. And Sentinels are going to be spreading out. In fact, we're going to get a very early Hunter's Fury coming through.
There's this really fucked up way I can farm primes.
Starting it low,
Wanna see it?
bringing it up. Zombs will evade.
Okay.
Killing
Just
blow
wait a
with the
second.
Hunter's Fury.
I'll show you.
But that is some early information, at least, for Nuturn.
But unfortunately, it's already being surrendered with this Aldrin going back towards Hookah, right? So you did get a ping onto Zombs.
Up.
But
It's
after
actually
that, now you're falling
shameless.
back into side. You're trying to re-aggress, but as that Aldrin comes up, you had Sick walk in, and that's an early kill, a great way to start things off for Sentinels. It's evened up on a 4-4 right after, though.
Threatening ads in the middle of the match.
To team up and work towards his B site.
You want to watch?
He's actually making his way over as well. Might find a timing. Has the Vandal too.
Want to see the rest of this round or what?
Converting the kills here and holding Hookah, which he will do successfully. Allow comes in, out the TP. dapr with the trade though, and that is the spike. Recoverable there for dapr. He'll grab that one and ferry it back to safety. Back to TenZ.
Do this, I switched to Shroud.
To the A site. But the question is, where is the A site player? I think TenZ has somewhat of a read here. TenZ is going forward and clearing showers. Peri's walking all the way around.
4 primes.
Peri could catch a perfect timing here onto dapr.
I wasn't even going to do it. I would never do such a dumb thing.
Paranoia comes through. He knows he can dive through the snake bite. He knows that the time pressure is on here for Sentinels. dapr has to go forward and plant the spike. Suggest could make a play to try to deny it. And there is the peek from TenZ. It's up to Peri in the 1v2 to keep Nuturn alive in this map. It might be overhead just here unless Peri can come up with something. And we'll hear the stepping that Peri's making. They will have a read of his position.
All right, now's the perfect time to run him.
Peri using the time that he has.
Cap, I'm joking. I'm joking.
This doesn't feel good here for Peri. I think it's fully filled up as well. Bleeding all the time from the clock of Sentinels until finally TenZ will finish off Peri. And that is the first map in the bag.
There you go.
Moments here on Haven. You can see that's, I mean, we've seen this from Sentinels so far this tournament. They do often like to opt into just playing quite a passive opening just to really allow their opponents, well, allow themselves time to see what their opponents want to do, but also at the same time, not really showing any weaknesses or opportunities for their opponents.
It could get dangerous here, Dan. They're looking to work towards the C site, and I think one thing that could really stop him is how dapr's setting things up. The camera's perfect to watch that cubby. It spots Peri, who's currently also carrying that spike. And if they're actually trying to dash into the site, they have a trap wire right next to default. So if Allow dashes in, yes, he's going to be safe, but if he's going to try to circle around the default, it's not going to work. But look at this. They're falling back to try to sell a fake towards this A side because Peri stays inside this corner. So up to Solo and also up to Lakia. They throw the first fault line. And forces actually ShahZaM to rotate towards the A side, but the hit is still going to happen towards C.
Yeah, I love this from Nuturn. Really trying to big brain Sentinels here, but there comes the flash, and Sentinels now know exactly what's going on. 6 deep, he's in the cage actually. He's gonna have to try to pick. Oh my god, Sick is nuts!
Can't hear
Great
me?
shot there, and that's going to eliminate most of these entry fraggers here from Nuturn. 7 seconds to go, they've got to plant the spike, they've got to start planting the spike, there's no time. Zombs, he's done it. The round is impossible to win now, there's just no time. And Sentinels will pick it up, despite a few extra kills coming in late here for Nuturn.
Wow. Well, I guess that's a silver lining, right? They get no spike plant for Nuturn. Sola gets 4 kills and a death. That means he's already 2 away from a Rolling Thunder. And if you have the map correctly, technically Nuturn, if they want to go for a buy into the 3rd round, then they also have a great Rolling Thunder to execute into the site, which is what you see them right now with their economy. They're not spending that much. They have Solo with the Sheriff, and that's pretty much it. So battling for an orb to get ready into the next round when they have weapons could be actually key for the next round.
And no force buy this time from Nuturn. Lakia just hopping up, looking to get in towards B. Well, he destroyed a tripwire for his troubles at least.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice catch. Oh, speaking of
my god, what a shot.
Solos. Gonna take down zombs as well. There's only 3 players left now for Sentinel.
Oh, no.
This is getting quite awkward. They have to get the spike though, and it's actually back window, which is precisely where TenZ is. TenZ could still save this round. He spotted the spike. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes Peri, and he's lit up Allow. Like, Allow can't really fight TenZ at all, and TenZ knows it. He's gonna finish him off.
At least Peri got the kill before he died, right? So that actually puts TenZ on his own. It's a 2 versus 1, but TenZ could definitely be the clutcher. Oh, look at that.
Oh, the Rolling Thunder. He loves to see it. He actually he's going to use the Rolling Thunder there. I love that. I love it.
That was just off 2 kills that Solo needed, right? Because we said he was 2 ult points away from getting that ult. So to lurk inside that B site to get the first kill, pick up the Spectre and the second one, and to invest into the Rolling Thunder, I thought it was going to be going into the 3rd round. But screw it. We're using it right away to just make sure that we secure this round and potentially put here the eco for Team Sentinels. So I think it was beautifully played here for Nuturn just by these entries that we've gotten from their practice of the shares that these players have for the Korean players.
The fact that TenZ almost dodged that too with a dash, that would have been quite amusing, but it is Sentinels on this Marshall on 10, so it's, you know, just the eco here for them.
Yeah.
Managed to get a couple of shields as well. Again, gotta prevent TenZ from getting any value early in the rounds.
Sentinels seems to be reading Exactly. They seem to be reading some sort of presence towards the A side, so they start with an early stack on this A side. You do have Sick that's kind of like holding an off angle towards sewers right away, so that if he does come into contact, probably some Nebulas will come up right away to try to to run the clock down for Sentinels defense.
Ooh, Sick is punished. And they're going to rotate off of this. I like it. 40 seconds, so like a good amount of time to go. And so far, Sentinels have been relying on dapr with the camera, as you can see on the
that's
minimap.
What feels bad.
To just hold things down towards C long, get that information, and I like the solos moving towards B. This is actually so interesting. The Sentinels are actually expecting a fake. dapr will catch one with the shorty, but of course, as you can see, there's just such a long rotation. Solo's already there to try to cut some of this off. And he might find a quick one. So far, so good here for Nuturn.
Enemy remaining.
Love it. So with that pick to lurk already inside that B side, trying to cut rotations like you mentioned, Dad, but not only that, when he actually missed the first few shots against zombs, he still just left the defender spawn because they already had control of map, full plant. They have more bodies that can move up to. He doesn't need to help out his teammate inside that site. He just wants to make sure that he wins.
Yeah, they ecoed him again. He did it again.
And have less bodies for Sentinels, less Sentinels for a body
Can't believe you done this.
Site. And we saw a beautiful display of Nuturn just running down that map, right? Trying to create that diversion,
actually cute ass spray. I'm not gonna lie.
And running back
I need
towards
that.
side.
I actually need that. Oh, that's
definitely
sick.
night and day from their blind play, where it was static on a default to try to figure out Sentinels. But so far, it's been going pretty well to control the map at the beginning for the attacker side. And speaking about controlling the map, they're controlling a default once again, as I mentioned that. But on Sentinel's side, they haven't found the information, though.
They each put a knife in each other. That's beautiful. This is an anime battle we're waiting to happen. Let's see if TenZ can give it to us. Ready with the knives. Goes another one. It's running low on those. Hunter's Fury comes through. Oh, this is a fantastic Hunter's Fury. Lakia is completely gone. In fact, I think it's a double off of that. Such a smart read. TenZ got the information, knowing they grouped up in a lobby. It's hard to dodge that Hunter's Fury if you're shooting it from the right place. TenZ still has the Blade Storm. It's still a problem. And the dash too.
Yeah,
Nuturn are really just burning the clock.
30 seconds left.
Peri's managed to creep into the B side meanwhile. But there's the spike. I mean, Peri can do whatever he wants towards B, but the spike is lost. Lau's not going to be able to get there in time, really. Able to take down one, but it's a quick 180 to deal with ShahZaM.
Damn.
Too much to ask, as Sentinels will equalize the score.
That Saval was so clean. Holy moly.
Definitely something very similar that Nuturn was trying to do,
you got two kills and tagged another guy.
But still trying to have somebody to try to take B control, force off the rotations, and then as finally Peri takes a bit of control towards the B side, they try to activate for Nuturn on the A side.
You almost got that third boy too.
When you have less numbers, it's one body on sewers, one body on long. You're coming up head to head against TenZ, where he misses, he could always dash away. It was very dangerous from the get-go. I mean, ShahZaM's been very good for these Hunter's Furies without the information, right? The blind Hunter's Fury to try to fight back towards the short A choke has been good. But this time, you saw the flash come out, you saw a recon dart, you've already forced it away. Allow moves up, but it's a perfect flash from Sig.
Damn.
Yeah, early victory here for Sentinels, and
damn, ShahZaM.
A pretty big issue for Nuturn. They're going to have to commit towards C, it looks like, pretty quickly here, because they've given up all their information on the map. Losing a player early. They'll pick up the pace here into TenZ. The drone is going to tag TenZ. That's a big win. The flash comes through. The paranoia comes through as well. They've got to convert off of this, though. Lakia takes down dapr. TenZ still there in the cloud burst. Oh, what did that no-scope? But he gets denied by Lakia. And in goes Sig in between all of them. What can he find here? Zombs will be the one to get Lakia. And the run it back is cancelled out.
It takes too long to pull out.
A desperate fight over this C site.
Okay,
Spike is now down on the ground, and Zombs is ready for Suggest crab walk there.
What the fuck?
It's up to Peri.
Wow, they threw.
Fantastic first engagement. Second player, another flick. It's too much.
Nope.
Just what a crazy
how
brawl
did Sentinels win that round?
It will be
They're down
again,
5v3.
coming out on top just by one player.
I actually like the flashes that are being thrown from Nuturn here, Dan, because the standard way, usually when you see an Omen inside that C choke and he throws that paranoia into the side of the logs, at the same time, though, you have some great flashes being thrown by Solo just by the same spot at logs 2 to flash the default in the back. Because sometimes if you want to put a smoke towards default, it gets covered up. So it just allows Nuturn to get it into the sides, but to leave it into a 1 versus 1, a clutch play potential here for Peri, it shows just like even losing the numbers in the beginning for Sentinels, they still have some great players that just off pure skill could turn it back around. But look at TenZ's position. He's in a great spot for a 2K.
And there it is, effortless there from TenZ. Picks up both. Looks like everything's being defended quite nicely here by Sentinels. It's just Sheriff, so you can see that Nuturn really trying to take some risks there, trying to force some engagement.
The train's starting, bro.
Sick.
All aboard, motherfucker.
It's just TenZ, so...
Yeah, and at this point, you're trying to figure out how you can stop them, right? And I do like the little change that you see from Sentinels at this point because they're starting to see a little bit more pressure from Nuturn towards this A side. We talked about the fault line, we talked about the flashes, trying to get allowed to move forward, and this time we didn't even allow. I was trying to find a different word, but just off the spot. He couldn't get pass out the A choke. So nice little variation here from Sentinels that forces Nuturn to just rethink how they want to take control of the A side again. And it starts off with the Owl Drone. It pushes ShahZaM's back, where he's playing the A side by himself and off the boom bot at the same time. It's looking to be a heavy hit towards the A side.
Careful now.
And the showstopper's going to come out here for Suggest as well to try to entry into the A sites.
This is the thing, they're not even in sight. Ooh. So where's your value?
It looked like he could have gotten the catch there on the player in heaven, but they'll still get the spike planted. Meanwhile, though, Sentinels are coordinating for a retake. The Cosmic...
Oh
my god, my stream froze. No!
Dang.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
F?
No way.
Fresh. They retook. I am, son. Not gonna lie, I think if I'm TenZ, I don't even want to op against this team composition. It's not even worth it. Like, just sit in a corner with your rifle out like he has been.
It allows Sentinels to
get way more value.
But combining it with
he'll get way more value because you're just gonna get flashed off like any major op angle or like stunned or omen flash or
drone. You're trying to watch that window side, you get pulled away and immediately headshot it from heaven side. And then that allows Sick to also throw the curveball down the window towards Hell and just drops for a solo play to get that kill. It's been very difficult for Nuturn to set up a crossfire on that pulse plant, and Sentinels does a great job out of that. And because of that, this puts Nuturn on a lower buy. Looks like they're forcing up here with a Spectre and a couple of shares, but they've worked their abilities and have worked their ultimates with this before. And now that they have 3 of them, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to get something done here towards eventually potentially a B site.
Yeah, some early presence there towards A. Solo, in fact, is going to just push all the way down A shorts. Oh, zombs. So ready for it. I mean, they have done this a couple of times, Nuturn. They do like to try to walk into B, especially when they're on these low buys. So,
that guy short is dead.
Zombs has a lot of anticipation for that. And TenZ, he smells weakness, and he'll pounce.
Can I get another? Damn.
3 versus 4.
Almost, man. Almost.
And they're going to be running into ShahZaM. Yeah, this could actually be an opportunity. The Astra Star comes in, though, and that should help protect ShahZaM. That can be...
What the fuck is that jiggle peek by that guy, man?
That will allow ShahZaM to cross back to safety.
Wait,
that said, though, maybe there is no safety. He's going to have to fight his way out of there. Well, it's ShahZaM. He's going to do just that.
Dude, he's shooting before he's out.
There with that Phantom, and he seems like he'll be able to hold this one off by himself.
Damn.
20 seconds.
I don't know how he uses that crosshair, man. I've tried it.
Upgrade it into a Phantom.
I don't get it.
Are you going to try to hurt
I don't get how he does it.
Or just try to go to save this weapon? Looks to be the first part. Looking to do some damage here towards the A side. He's now spotted from heaven, and fortunately, zombs goes for the kill, so not much more than that, but at least the Blink Storm is ready into the next round.
This is brutal, right? It's just brutal.
I kind of like this play, actually.
It's like the same thing as last map right now.
Readapted towards this play from Nuturn, because on these pistol rounds, it's quite common to maybe try to hit towards that B side, especially sometimes when you have a a Sage in your composition, you wall up, you want to try to plant towards B.
Oh my god, he looks like he's gonna cry, bro.
Something to get these openers with their shares, get into close range battles with the shares to guarantee a one-shot to the dome. But it's been heavily countered just from an opposition from zombs there inside that B site. So with that though, Nuturn looking for a fast push inside the sewers because of these knives, and they open it up onto TenZ.
That is glorious there from Nuturn. That's the stuff we're looking to see.
That's what I'm saying.
Flash,
just rifle, bro. Just rifle.
A headshot. Nuturn now 5v4 early on. They've stolen away the operator as well onto Allow. Allow's actually working into. Oh god, it's very close. I don't know if there's a dash available, but looks like Allow will be able to dodge the remaining Hunter's Fury blasts, and the rotation from Sentinels comes through onto the A site, but meanwhile, ShahZaM has been lurking up into B, and the positioning game is well and truly in favor of Nuturn. However, dapr can still cause problems. But with that said, it looks like Nuturn actually recommit into B. There comes the paranoia through. 6 still good for the frag, though. Sentinels are getting all of the kills as they come back into the site.
What the fuck?
He thinks that he's being unseen, but he gets caught by dapr. Rolling Thunder comes through to pull them off of the defuse. Solo has to go through the flames. It is not a good look, and it's a firing squad there ready and waiting for Allow. Oh my
Don't grab the op. Fuck the op, bro. No, don't grab it.
It seemed like, again, there's so much promise for Nuturn, but after all of the action, it just makes the action looks very convincing for Sentinels.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not about the kills too, right? It's just that single trapwire that was placed by dapr on that right side of B, where it basically suggests activated it by walking over it. It just showed the hand that there was not only a lurk play going into this B site, but the fact that they used the Hunter's Fury and the running back to push the attackers away from A. You know that hit was happening towards the B side anyway.
Why the fuck is Sentinel so good, dude?
You already have 3 players rotating back from the A choke, and it didn't give a chance for Nuturn to set up for a post plan.
I don't know,
and
bro.
To try to run through a hot hands like that with all these smokes, not necessarily achievable there for Nuturn on a pulse plant when you've lost all your players. So a good time and a good moment to pull out the tactical timeout for Nuturn. They have to try to figure things out, and so far, Dan, they've had some sort of success getting into this B sites, and also from the way that they've been activating the breach into the C site. They're getting a lot of success out of that too, despite the amount of utility that's being placed on the defense for Sentinels. But again, it's the mid rounds, the end rounds, the gunfights that seems to always show an upper hand from Sentinels' side.
Yeah, I think one thing that's interesting as well is that Nuturn created this 5v4 very early on in the previous round, and it was looking very good because they then really convinced Sentinels to rotate everybody towards A, and it isolated dapr completely by himself on the C site. And you know, Nuturn, they could at that point really go for C, but they went for B instead, and that is surprising because B is such a difficult site to hold. And if they were, you know, having dapr isolated in the way that they had him, definitely, you know, I feel like most teams are going to want to convert there. I feel like B is usually like, well, if we have to, we'll do it. But that's usually the last, the kind of Hail Mary.
You bring up a good point, actually, because even when you're looking at how Nuturn's currently playing this right now, even a pulse plant for utility for a pulse plant, Nuturn doesn't have much, right? Maybe they're able to keep paint shells if they have to keep ShahZaM alive after an entry on top of that, and shock darts. But you don't have any hot hands. You have to go for flashes and peaks. It's very difficult.
Oh my gosh,
but
what?
Off this timeout, Sick is trying to be the one that's going to
how the fuck does he do that?
Mark by opening up a kill here from the rock side.
You got 2 people peeking at him, and he gets away.
Short. Good peek there from Sick.
And he's not even playing like Jet.
Nuturn now making their way up C long. They've been spotted though.
He just walks out of it.
The rotation definitely respects that from Sentinels. They've got players coming through into position. dapr defending backside nicely here. Allow goes down. dapr in his own cage, trying to strain, cause problems here. Able to reload off. Lakia unable to really get the space to really secure this site by himself. Needs some help here. Needs somebody to give him a hand, and ShahZaM comes through.
Oh my god, dude, this is just
not enough. Sentinels
this is just a domination
shot guards, dude.
On this C site, and that's 8-2 now. They are really getting quite far ahead.
Oh yeah, and you drop the spike, unfortunately, as you're trying to move up towards this C side.
Dude, he just dry peeks it.
Wait, this dude fucking peeked away.
Right? The way that he's playing on top of the walls,
even
if he doesn't
went
get
into
kills,
cover.
Look at how it enabled for Sentinels to already be
Bro,
on
it's
that
over.
rotate. The assist coming out
this shit's done.
at the same time too. the fault line was a little bit too late. You've lost too many bodies.
Dude, I seen the Phoenix and went, no.
Again, unfortunately, I think they have answers right now for Nuturn.
Now he's gonna flash me.
Lay it down against Sentinels.
Oh my god!
This boom bot at the beginning, and now the hot hands to even try to push him back. You suggest to see who's running through it.
Oh my god!
He's over this shit, bro. He's done with it, bro.
Absolute hero mode. His teammates. And at the same time, like,
it's fucking raps.
Tried to get some action towards the edge of the map
he's had enough, bro. He said, "Get me out."
Sentinels, but could that be the peak that changes things? It's still a really difficult situation.
Holy
3 versus
shit,
4.
man.
Solo's on 3 HP as
just
well.
Just fight. That's what they said.
And
they're like, dude, just fight,
TenZ
man.
has the Blaze Storm ready to go. Oh! Out of the sky! Blast TenZ straight in the face. And there comes the ult TP all the way across to C. But peri is alone against 3.
Damn, bro, you should have just planted that shit.
This is going to be quite difficult for the Sheriff to go, and dappr's going to pepper him from distance to finish him off. Good attempt.
Why did he teleport out of there like he was gonna do something?
The end result is the same. Sentinels will
it's over, bro.
Despite all that, I don't care that they lost a round for
It's
Nuturn.
brutal,
that
man.
was an absolute
fucking brutal.
monster of a shot there
It
from
is
peri.
fucking brutal.
To flick that into TenZ flying in the air. Still 9-2 in favor of Sentinels. You still have, again, those little silver linings that gives you hope as a Nuturn fan. And look at that, he's expecting
It's actually a really nice shot, though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's
really
a clean
reading the
fucking
plays.
shot.
Like I said, Nuturn are doing a good job.
Oh my
reading how
god,
Sentinels
good
might
shit.
be playing these retakes, might be playing overall, but it's just, again, the firepower, the
The
skill
breach
set.
got spammed, bro.
For Sentinels seems to be just a little bit too much right now.
This
for
shit's
Nuturn.
done,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Look at this.
They got spammed.
Sentinel sends everyone
like
fucking down to the losers bracket in the home.
Here we go.
Off a fault line.
Crazy.
dappr's going to be the recipient of this. He's so slippery, though. He's such a good
I like how
player,
they just
holding his
resorted to
ground
fuck it,
at the
just
back
push
of the
C.
site. There goes Allow there. Up drop dash on top of the
Maybe they should have done this earlier, bro. Yo, fuck it, man. Just run it down.
Camera sees it all.
They said we're done with this shit, man. Just fucking push it down, C.
Well.
Oh, no.
Spike on him just now planted. Sick with the run attack comes through.
Oh,
Back to the back,
no.
just doing the damage, getting the kills, and
It's done.
creating space for
It's
teammates
over.
to get the gravity wells, causing problems around default as well. But Nuturn
Lakia?
still holding
Lakia?
on to the site somehow.
No, look at the flank. Look at the flank. It's over.
Lakia looking after Garage by himself. peri trying to hold on to the site with Allow, and Allow's going to go down. TenZ now flanking. It's up to Lakia. Lakia can't get it done though, and Sentinels bring it home. Another round, and we was that attack?
Bro, that was our last fucking option.
Thrown by the overlay.
They've run out of strategy.
Right? They still have one to go
Dude,
here.
They tried playing the game.
Just from hitting
They've tried playing this attack side.
They didn't
Then
do it with
they
information. You think
said,
they didn't do it, but it did. Just
nothing
was
is
a
working.
security guard for that round.
Let's run it down.
me.
Running it down isn't working.
He played safe inside the B side.
He just
turned on the
lose, bro.
camera,
He just
didn't
lose.
ping a single
Yeah, that's
person.
raps.
He was just calling out everything.
Just
for
outclassed
Sick and
at
for
this point,
ShahZaM.
honestly.
You see it from the camera feed. One default. And one's hiding in the back of the site.
Holy
Sick
shit.
and ShahZaM are just moving in with their ults and to just open it up. And while they create that ruckus towards the C site,
Bro,
well,
some
TenZ is
people
already
from
on that
NA
flank
were
at
gassing up these other
so
regions, bro.
It was very difficult for Nuturn on that pulse.
To be honest, like,
just from
it's
the sheer
crazy
fact that
to
they-
see the
I
difference.
just think Korea would be pretty good. And then, like, I'm pretty sure
And
everybody,
everybody-
like,
Okay, wait,
on
here's the thing.
EU hype train
Is
a little bit.
Sentinels just
Now
fucking
with this
crazy?
pistol, though, pressure is on.
Yeah, they are.
Or are these
Yeah.
other regions
Nuturn
just not
because
it?
they're pressuring down towards
Nah,
the
Sentinels is crazy
already
because
towards
look,
long A,
even
and this
when we
allows
got
the other
second in that
players
one
to still
tournament,
manage
right?
their stack
Like
numbers
we
towards the C
completely
side
decimated
and
every
looking
other
to play a
team
retake on the
in
B
that
side.
like crazy run that we had on FaZe.
Yeah, I love this.
And it wasn't even close between us and the other team, and then us against Sentinels wasn't even close. So it was like
in terms of how
Yeah.
like the attackers and
like the gameplay, like the gap.
It's
like okay,
from Nuturn
first to second has a gap in NA, and then second to everybody else has like a gap.
TenZ
It's crazy, man.
Where zombs
It's
left
just
off.
crazy.
And dapr is now fighting by himself against Suggest and peri. He's going to play the time here as much as possible. There goes peri, though, with the stick. And dapr, it was just counting on them coming off of it. It's not going to work out for dapr.
Well,
Nuturn pick up a much
you
needed
know, it's
round.
delayed a little bit. That's unfortunate
on this
for us.
second half.
Very nicely done there for Nuturn.
Little delay.
Sentinels probably did not expect to have 2 players coming back on that rotate, on that flank.
Indubitably. Yo, I'm gonna have to dip out of here, man. I got review right now.
All good, brother.
You said it,
out,
Dan.
man.
It was a much
Thanks for the invite, though. I appreciate it a lot. And I'll see you either later today, and if not later today, you know, I'll see you tomorrow, right? Either way.
Yes, sir.
But Sentinels, they
out.
just want to close it out right now. Another Marshall in the hands of TenZ. He's setting up right now to try to get some sort of control towards the garage area. And the rest of them are now moving just behind him on grass. Looks like it's going to be B instead here.
This is awesome. You would never expect to see him there. The dash comes through solo in a good position to at least get the punish.
dapr.
But look at the chaos here. Sentinels trying to spring off of TenZ's action. Nuturn control it though, slow it down. And here they go through garage. Suggest they're ready and waiting.
Oh.
Zombs down to 1 HP. Peri wants some action here. Moving forward with the Spectre. Oh god, it's so scary. He's 1 HP. Finally finds the bullet onto
for
Zombs.
5 years.
dapr.
Are they about to win this
He's created, he's carved a path
They're
through
about to win this
and opening
eco.
to that A site for the plant. Solo and Peri on the rotation. This is a very messy round here for Nuturn.
Oh my
Let's see if they can
god.
find a recovery. Out comes the Sheriff from dapr. Light comes through as well, and in goes Nuturn.
Oh,
Solo
shit.
swinging wide with that
What?
surge. And Peri with the Spectre. Nice little combo there. And
Wait
they'll
a second.
close it
Okay,
down in
that
favor of
judge just
Nuturn.
hit like a truck.
Oh, that was a bit scary though.
That
when you open up
Can I
like
get a
that
review?
with a beautiful Marshall shot from TenZ, and you're making things a little bit difficult in that fight. You've mentioned it. Zombs had 1 HP for the longest time on that battle against Peri inside the garage. For him to still do what, 25 damage, 50 damage onto Peri before? That shows how it's a little bit shaky for Nuturn. They're starting to feel that pressure, but at least they capitalized on that victory in the end. Fault line doesn't hit anybody, but you got to judge with a drive-by. With that spread on low HP for Sentinels, what they had on a 2 versus 2, you're happy you got that round. But it was expensive. You got another gun round coming in for Sentinels because of that spike plant. Blade Storm from TenZ at the same time. Control towards long B, but it's still going to be just slowly but surely taking this tourist control off the Owl drone.
Now it's for real. It's for realsies time.
Ooh. Sick. Getting caught there
Shooting
by
at the
that nice
ankles.
angle. Elevated position. TenZ once again looking to open things up for his team. Smoked off though, so no entry there for TenZ. Push
It was so
here
dangerous
from
then.
Solo.
He was actually on the double box. If he actually did kill Sick, that was spike down. That was a little bit
Solo.
dangerous.
Are they going to walk into this position? It looks like they are. There's a trip there. Will they check for Solo? Looks like they might, but he's got the charge! And that's 2 for Solo. That is huge. Gets to upgrade to the Phantom. A 5 versus 3 now for Nuturn. dapr and Sig do have rifles though. And Nuturn are taking their precious time on the rotation. They're really trying to check for everything. Solo gets caught by dapr. 30 seconds to go. TenZ is on the site. Still a very good chance for Sentinels to win this round. Oh! The jump shot is a great way to start things off here.
Not the fucking
TenZ
bombs.
covering with the daggers, and Sick is going to be
Oh,
doing it.
never mind. Don't plant the
Phantom.
fuck the bomb.
And just like that, it's a
Holy
1 versus 3 here
shit.
for Nuturn.
What happened?
He's going to have a hell of a task on his hands. And I mean, there's a couple players that are quite weak, but I'll have to see if Peri can find that first opening engagement. Sentinels with a great peek there. 1 player in an elevated position, 1 player lower down for the double peek. You can't really beat that too easily.
It started off so well there for Nuturn. No information gathered by Sentinels after getting picked at the beginning. The trap wire, again, for Soul not trying to cross it over because he doesn't want to give his position away, thinking that it's going to be the coast clear. Because of that, he's able to amass to 2 beautiful kills. But after that, he misses that shot against dapr.
Dude, how does he not die right there to the jet, dude? Just how?
Solo was still alive. That was 2
how does he
back-to-back
actually
kills
not
on
die?
Sick and TenZ. And that makes things a little bit, not a little bit, very unfortunate for Nuturn. They're going to have to go for this buy coming in, and Ares in the hands of Lakia. You have a judge and no armor for Allow. They're really putting everything in right now.
Cool push coming in from Solo. Gets taken down by Zombs by Garage.
Bro, doesn't Zombs have money?
Look at their pushes coming through. They are just really trying to cause problems here, but they're getting caught out. Maybe that's a sign of desperation from Nuturn. Down to three players, and Sentinels will decide to fully commit this one now to the A site. And allows that with a judge.
It's tough though, exactly. It's going to be a running back to come in, so Allow is going to have his position away.
Oh, tries to get
the
my! He's going to find it somehow. That's
this seems kind of nasty with the judge work, though.
He's really created
not even going to front
a chance for his team. I mean, Perry is kind of far away though.
They should just buy the judges. They put in work with the judge.
There's no post-plant ults or anything like that to worry about, but TenZ is so lethal. There's not too much to be done about that one.
Yeah, when there's no post-plant utilities that you have to worry about, maybe from shock darts, you still have the firepower that Sentinels has to worry about too. Though that was a nasty shot, and unfortunately, this is going to be a round to think about. They're going to use this time to try to figure out. You see how Solo is thinking right now. What can we actually do to try to bring this round back? Because it's map point, serious point here for Sentinels.
Nah,
they're
done.
looking to stroll to the grand
I was
finals
looking at the player cams. They are done. They are ready to go.
Definitely,
they're ready to just have a nice meal tonight.
Find the recovery
and just reset.
I really liked how they opened the round with Solo going for that push in mid. I think that was really smart. It caught Sentinels off guard on that timing, but ultimately, you know, we then had like, you know, 2 more pushes in different positions from.
Have a nice meal, dude. Honestly, no. At this point, I don't know, man. If I was a player,
coming apart a little bit,
I'd be pissed.
You know, have to see if they're able
and then I would go get unpissed, and then I would just go
eat.
eat.
The force buy. This is it. This is match point now for Sentinels.
Try to clear the head. You know, it's not over. You're not out of the tournament. You just got your cheeks clapped by Sentinels. That's all.
Fighting in mid.
But they're retreating.
That one's a bit too far.
Hey, dude.
It's a Guardian long range. TenZ gets the kill. Despite them getting the kills, they're still falling back here, Dan. So still giving respect to Sentinels, and now Suggest is by himself.
Gets called by the Hunter's Fury as well. And just like that, it looks like Nuturn players are evaporating.
Bro, that boy jumped into that shit, bro.
He said, "End my life." Solo has to do everything by himself.
I don't want to play this
round. Alive in this one.
Get me out!
Get tapped from all sides, and there we go. Sentinels take down Nuturn on map 2 on Haven, 13-4 to take the series to move forward to the grand finals, and they are going to be knocking down Nuturn. Nuturn still alive, of course, in this tournament, but they surely got rocked here by Sentinels.
For sure, and at the same time, it shows now for Sentinels, they're walking into the grand finals not being tested. Right? There's still so much going on and so much potential in the playbook of what ShahZaM currently has in stores.